Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Am I recording? Yes. Okay, so let's play the video. So it's how to start Pilates. Start here, 20 minutes beginner Pilates.
Alright, you guys,
so it's Pilates Body Raven on YouTube. That's the name of the channel. Pilates Body Raven. And it's how to start Pilates. Start here, 20 minutes beginner Pilates.
Come to a comfortable position seated on your mat facing me. It might be crisscross applesauce. You might need
I hurt my ankle when I was younger,
so
I can't be in this position for too long, but
I just want you to be nice and comfortable with a stacked spine, your head over your shoulders, over your hips. Lower your arms down and just take your ear over to your right shoulder. So right ear to right shoulder. And we're going to gently take your same hand and gently put it on that opposite ear. So I'm actually stretching the left side of my neck.
I do feel it.
Take a big deep breath right here. I don't know if I've ever said this before, but for a while when I was really stressed out, actually like right after the show, finished filming initially, I had really bad TMJ. And then try the other side. Whew. And TMJ basically is like a really tight jaw, and you start to get like a joint disorder in like the main joint of your jaw. And it was so tight, and I really found that stretching my neck and my pec and my chest was just a great way to kind of help that. So if you're someone who's stressed, stretching your neck is like something we don't usually think about, right? Try to let your shoulders relax. One more big deep breath here. We're always just resting our opposite hand gently. And then take that hand down, give me some circles of your neck.
That hurts a little bit because it's tight here.
Big stretch. We're just breathing here. One more. And reverse it. Whew. I already feel the tension kind of just like melting away. I have such a tight neck. And I always have like a really weirdly skinny neck. And I feel like it's just like overly muscular. And
I feel like I'm gonna hurt it.
Now let's start with our shoulders. Give yourself some big shoulder rolls. Really start to incorporate.
I was actually doing the shoulder rolls when I was following a guided meditation this morning, which is something that I also implementing.
Until I really started to like
I do better with guided meditation.
Discover like why am I moving my body like this? It's not just to like look a certain way.
And I learned
to really feel good and like.
First of all, I gotta be present. I'm not being present right now.
Let it all out. Now reach your arms out to the side. You're gonna place your right arm down and take a big side stretch.
Ooh, that feels good.
You're opening the rib cage right here. Big inhale. Push yourself back up, other side. Big stretch over. Ooh, feels so good, baby. Big inhale there. Big exhale. Let's do that one more time. This is like a modified mermaid stretch. Legs are up to you right here, whatever feels comfortable, but try to keep both hip bones planted.
Oh, okay.
And up, one more.
It froze. It froze, why? I don't know.
The way up. Now let's come to all fours. If you need a little more support for your knees, just fold your mat up. We're going to start with some cat-cows right here. So round your pelvis under.
Oh, that hurt.
Your head hangs. Scoop your belly up.
Oh, that really hurts.
Let your hips go back. Your chest go forward and open. Do that again. Lift your head down. Scoop belly. Pull it in. And reverse. Chest forward. Big open. How are you breathing? 2 more times here. You want to work your spine and pull your belly in. I just did 30 minutes on the treadmill. So this is like a great little cool down for me. Alrighty, you're gonna reach your right arm up to the ceiling in a big stretch right here. Try not to shift your hips back. Try to stay placed over that left arm. Now we thread a needle, thread it through. My right ear goes to the mat. Big twist of your spine. For 3, 2, and reach back up to the ceiling. Big stretch. Really move from these ribs. One more time here. Big stretch through. Opposite ear to the mat. You're looking up to the ceiling for 3. Big deep breaths. 2. Big reach back up. One last stretch here. And lower your arm down. All right, we got the other side.
That's pretty good.
Big reach up. Inhale. Exhale through. Look up to the ceiling. Ooh, we're breathing. Repeat. Reach up. Big inhale.
Right, I think so.
And twist. Now it's my left ear. Up, up, up for 3, 2, and right back up. Oh, that feels so good.
It does.
And lower down. All right, separate your knees right here for child's pose. Your heels can stay together. Reach your arms out. I'm really actively reaching my fingertips forward. I'm letting my head hang. Big deep breaths. Now slowly walk your hands over towards your right side. Both hands, but I really want you to actively reach your left hand. Maybe you even stack your left hand on top so you're stretching the left side of your back. You're keeping your pelvis nice and heavy. Ooh, I feel it. Another side. Reach both arms, stack that right hand. Open your rib cage up. Bring yourself back to the center and walk your hands all the way in. Give yourself a big shoulder roll. Ooh, not so much makeup on the mat, LOL. Okay, we're gonna lay on our backs right here, you guys.
Okay.
All the way down carefully.
This
You can
mat is
totally
clearly
lower
cheap,
yourself
but it's
down.
doing its job.
Run your hands. Pull your knees into your chest right there. You should feel a nice stretch on your lower back, hopefully. Alrighty, both hands to your right leg. You're gonna extend that left leg out long, and then you curl up from your abdominals. Pull your belly in, your elbows are wide. We switch and switch, all coming from your stomach here. If you need to put your head, neck, and shoulders down, totally go for it. Reaching and reaching, keep it up and reaching, breathing. Keep it going. 5, 4. Woo. Should feel good on your hip flexors. Now next one, hold it here, stack both hands behind your head. Now can you rotate towards this bent knee? See how my left elbow went towards my right knee? And now we switch. You're in your Pilates crisscross here.
Oh my
You're
God.
trying to lift up and over your shoulder blades. You're trying to pull your belly button in deep.
Oh my God.
I think, what if someone called your name? Look back behind you. You get that extra little twist in your spine. 5. Really use your core. Stretch your thighs here. You can always modify by lowering your legs down. Last two. One more set here. Back to the middle.
Oh my
Pull
God.
your legs in. Now keep a hold of your right leg as you extend your left leg long on the mat. You get a nice stretch through that hip. Hands go behind this thigh. We stretch and bend. I do not care how straight your leg goes. I want you though to keep your back really, really still on the mat. And out. Whew. Few more here. Relax your chest and your neck. Doesn't matter if your leg goes all the way straight. Hold this leg up, point and flex your foot a few times. Oh my gosh, I have the tightest calves. I don't know if it's like from dance. I truly don't know. I just like have tight calves. And this is such a huge stretch for me. And that's also why I love Pilates, because it really focuses on mobilizing specifically your ankle joints. And you don't realize like your ankles can affect your knees and your hips. Oh, come in.
Wow, that explains it.
And then pull your knee back into your chest with your opposite arm, cross your leg over. Give yourself a big back stretch.
Oh, that feels good.
You might feel it in the side of your glute, in your lower back. It's your own range of motion. And then let's switch legs. Draw your other leg in. You might feel a stretch on the top of your hips, depending on which one is tighter. Hands go behind the back of your thigh. We bend and extend this leg. Reaching. Might feel different on each side, and that is totally normal.
It does feel different.
You're drawing your abs in and up here. Few more. Think about the length from your tailbone all the way up through your ankle. And then we hold it up and we flex and point our foot. Whew. And point and flex and point. Reaching through your toes, drawing your abs in and up. Letting your spine relax on the mat. Last one. Bring that leg back in, opposite hand crosses your leg over. Feel a big stretch in your back. Remember, it's your own range of motion. And bring it back up. Both arms come out to a T, both legs up to tabletop position. We squeeze those legs together and we draw small circles with our knees here. I'm going towards the left. I'm going down around. It's as if my kneecaps are tracing a circle on the ceiling. So this is a version of our hip circles from Pilates. You're doing your best to keep your rib cage and your shoulders really, really still. It's like you're stirring a pot with your thigh bones. And then reverse. It almost feels like a massage on your lower back too, but we're really bracing your core and starting to tap into your transverse abdominis.
I don't know if I'm doing this right, actually.
Those are going to be like your main core muscles.
I think doing is what matters. Doing whatever you
Because we're
think.
going to snatch it up too. We're stretching and we're snatching. We're slaying and we're slandering. 2 more. 1 more this direction, and then we turn these into TikToks. Take both of your knees towards one direction without moving your opposite shoulder, and then pull it back up. Try the other side. You'll notice your opposite shoulder wants to pick off the mat. Try to keep it there. Maybe you can keep going. Extend your legs straight. It's going to be a little bit harder. You should feel some nice length in the back of your legs. But keep pushing your arms down. Whew. Pushing through the palms. Keep it going. Over. Abs in and up. And over. Ooh, we're breathing. 2 more here. Keep your neck and your chest relaxed. Maybe you make it bigger if you can. 1 more. I know your core is working, but we're also mobilizing your pelvis. Last one. all the way up and pull your legs into your chest. Wrap yourself up right here. We're gonna flip around and lay down on your belly.
Oh my God.
For some upper back strengthening. I want you to start by reaching your arms out nice and long, letting your legs reach. On a big inhale, stretch everything up to the ceiling.
Oh my God.
And then lower everything back down. Do it again, drawing your abs, squeeze your seat, lift your chest. And lower. Doesn't matter how high you get, you just want to get longer. Reach through your fingertips and your toes. And down. Repeat. Scoop your belly. Lift, stretch. And lower. 2 more. Abs are in and up. 2. On this next one, hold everything up right here. Hold and squeeze for 4. 3. Can you get longer from your fingertips to your toes? 2. Now keep your chest up, put your toes down, put your hands down. Big stretch up. And big lower down. This is unwinding all of the gravity that's been on your spine all day. Right, gravity is constantly compressing your vertebrae. We want to be able to lengthen. And lower. 2 more here. Does not matter how high you go. Last 2. Shoulders roll down. 1 more time here. Big inhale up. Lower all the way down. Beautiful. Alrighty, come back to your all fours position. Last thing, we're going to work the backs of your legs again, tucking your toes, lifting your hips to a nice downward dog. Feeling the push through your heels. Give yourself a little prance there. You're really lengthening the backs of your legs. You can always bend your knees, right? You can always make this position smaller. For 4. Ooh, that's a big calf stretch. 3, 2, and 1. Now lift and lower both heels up and push. Remember, soften your knees if you need to and actively push through your arms just like you did in your swan. 2 more. 1 more here. Push these heels down for 3, for 2, for 1, and lower your knees. Give yourself a big shoulder roll. And that is the end of your beginner Pilates stretch today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I feel like I really
did.
got back into my body a little bit, feel a little bit juicier. So hopefully I will see you on the mat for the rest of our beginner series. Hopefully you feel like you're learning a little something, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Okay. 18 minutes. Okay, yeah, because the video says 18 minutes and 37 seconds. So 20 minutes wasn't really accurate. She said 20 minutes, but the entire video is 18 minutes and 37 seconds. So close to it. Because of course she's not going to say 18 minutes and 37 seconds beginner Pilates. Okay, so what are some things that I can say that I learned that I never knew? So she mentions that the Pilates help with your ankles. And I mentioned, maybe I didn't, but I hurt my ankle, my right ankle, when I went to go visit a friend, and on my way back home, my father came to pick me up. I remember this. It was my senior year. Yeah, I think it was my senior year. And it was towards the end. So maybe April or May, something like that. And I remember going down to her steps because she lived on the 3rd floor or 4th floor. It was a building. But the last step was very small. So I didn't think that was even a step. And so when I stepped down, I twisted my ankle. And so I remember going to the hospital. I could have sued, but I didn't. But would have been a great reason because I'm 37 years old. This was when I was like freshman year. So I was 18 years old, I think. And because of that, I still have problems with my ankle, which explains why I have pain in my knee. So anyway, I remember going to the doctors, and the doctor said that my bone, or my whatever bone it is, instead of it being like this, it's now like this or something like that. And I don't know, my mom, I don't know if I went with my mom or if I went alone, I'm not sure. But we never did anything about it. I just know that they put like an air cast on it, gave me crutches. And then once I started feeling better walking on it, I started walking on it and I was fine. But I noticed that anytime I would sit Indian style, my ankle would hurt a lot. And which explains why now my left knee does not hurt at all. Like I don't have any joint problems or anything in my left knee, thank God. But my right knee does. Like even when in the beginning of the video, when I was trying to move the mat, I guess it was, I mean, I was very careless because I wasn't mindful of the way I was moving. But if I didn't have any problems with my right knee, I wouldn't have to be that much mindful. But because I do, and making that wrong move, it hurt my knee. I'm feeling fine. I don't have any pain, but it hurt at the moment. I felt like something cracked or like move out of place or something. So I discovered that. I learned that Pilates is important for that, which explains why my right ankle then affected my knee or affects my knee. But at the same time, I think I hurt it while I was working at a shoe store, going up the steps, but I don't think I was really doing anything to have hurt it. I don't know. But anyway, so I think that all plays a part. So that's important, something that I learned. Another thing that I learned, how as skinny as I am, I knew this, but how unfit I am, even as a thin person. But the fact that I did catch myself, I was very, very aware. I am aware that I said a couple times how I don't think I'm doing this right, or I don't think, but I was being honest. I don't know if I was doing it right. This is my first time really, really watching the video, or maybe watched it once, but this was like a few weeks ago when I was debating on whether or not I wanted to start Pilates, because I was doing like my research. That was my baby step, right? The first step is, okay, do I want to do Pilates? Let's look into it. Let's learn about this. Is this something that I could do? And so I was mentally preparing myself for it. So that was a step. And then, but it was my first time really doing the video while watching the video, or like doing whatever it is that she's teaching us to do. And I didn't realize how difficult it was. But so I don't know if because I don't know. I was trying to be mindful in how I was positioning myself to not have my butt all in the camera. But I think I was doing it right. And for a beginner, I think I did great. And I didn't realize how some of the moves, it didn't look like it would really make a difference, but it makes such a difference, a huge difference in the stretching of the stretching of the ankle. I realized that when I was going up, my legs were like shaking. So I don't know if with time it'll, because I'm not, it's hard. Like even doing this like that, like it just, I don't know. I guess it's not, being used to that. And what else did I notice that I learned? The neck thing, I knew that I had a tightness here, and I used to always crack my neck, and I can't do that now anymore. It's been years. I don't know if maybe one time from doing it, I hurt myself, or just a lot of tension that has built up. But this really helped. This is the thing. I have to learn also to sit up straighten my back. And also wear like a sports bra or something, because I have a regular bra with underwire, so I don't think I should wear this because it's not as comfortable. But I like this outfit. I think it was really comfortable in doing this, even though this was rolling down. But see, I'm thin, but I still have like, everybody would be like, oh my gosh, but it matters to me. Like, this, I know maybe it's easy to say that, oh, you could lose it, but you got to be consistent. I got to be motivated to like really do it. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it matters to me. So if it matters to me, then it matters. I don't have to have more of this to feel like I need to do what I feel like I need to do. Whatever amount, little or a lot, you want to get rid of it, you want to do something about it, you commit to it. It doesn't matter what anybody says. So I'm proud of me. I don't know if I'm going to share this. I would like to, but right now I just want to do this for me. So I also want to I'm being mindful of like when I say something, I'm not only speaking to myself, but also in hopes that it could encourage someone else as they're watching it, if I get to choose to share this with anybody, like on YouTube. But this is raw and uncut, what it looks like. Can you imagine if I was so consumed to the point where I wanted to make sure that it looked perfect for me to post on Instagram? That's a lot. That's a lot to have to, like, I'm using my iPhone. And not to say I'm not judging anybody that does it perfectly. I give them credit. I give them kudos for those that know how to, like, position the cameras a certain way and make sure that it's capturing the angle right and all of this, and making sure because the aesthetic, right? The aesthetic is so important, I guess, or no, because when I watch videos, I do tend to enjoy them when they're aesthetically pleasing. But even when those videos that are, not so what's the word that I just used? Aesthetic, it's still enjoyable to me because I know that I'm learning something from it. But not everybody's like that. Some people just want to watch because it looks it's aesthetic pleasing. I don't know. I get tripped up with the word. But yeah, it's a lot of work. But now I'm gonna find a video to kind of like do this, because I feel like I do this right. Maybe I'm doing it. I want to learn. It's about learning, right? So I'm not being critical of myself. I'm just want to make sure that I'm doing it right. So even with 3 pounds, I want to make sure that I'm using them correctly. I don't know. And then also the medicine ball and the push-up thingy. But again, baby steps. So I might just find a video to use these small weights and maybe leave the medicine ball for another day, because in one of the exercises, one of the moves that she gave, it really tightened this up, and I know that I'm going to feel it tomorrow, I'm sure. And this was just the beginning. So I'm excited. I'm glad that I chose to take action. And although I felt foolish at first, I'm like, part of me just wanted to still be on the couch and finish watching the episode that I'm on, because I think it's on Violet. I know every episode is a color, so I'm on Violet. I know Orange was the previous episode on the series that I was talking about. And I think I said it in my other video. But I chose to show up for me and to pull out my mat, even though I got it from Five Below. But it did, it did what it had to do. And didn't make excuses. I didn't say, I'm gonna wait for the perfect mat to come in the mail for me to start. No, I used what I had. And if I didn't have a mat, I think I probably would have used like something else to help me, like with my knees. But I did it. So kudos to you, Jen, for doing it. And what else was I gonna say? There was a part in the beginning where I was like speaking or whatever, because I was like, my mind is just going and going and going. My mind is always going, which is why I have also implemented guided meditation, which is one of the tools that my therapist gave me. She had been trying to give it to me for so long, but at the end of the day, it's like your therapist can give you all of the tools that are available, but it's really, the change will begin to happen when you apply them. And so I finally was open to it, because I thought that meditation was like a negative thing. It was like it wasn't the Christian thing to do, or, I know that meditating on the word is what we should be doing, but like the other type of meditation, I never really believed in it, because I would always hear negative things about it, which is something that I learned in 2022 to unlearn in order for me to like relearn, which is why Psalms 32, 8-9 in the Passion Translation was such an imperative verse for me to anchor myself in this 2022, which is also a verse that I'm going to continue anchoring myself in, which I'm going to read. And I'll circle back to my point. But it says, 8-9, verse 32, 8-9. Chapter 32 in the book of Psalms, verse 8-9. I hear the Lord saying, I will stay close to you, instructing and guiding you along the pathway for your life. I will advise you along the way and lead you forth with my eyes as your guide. So don't make it difficult. Don't be stubborn when I take you where you've not been before. Don't make me tug you and pull you along. Just come with me. Oh my God. So this was a verse that I found myself going back to over and over and over in 2022, which I will continue going back to as I'm doing now, and understanding that some of the things that I learned along the way since I became a believer were things that I had to unlearn last year, and I'm continuing to unlearn in order for me to relearn and allow the Holy Spirit to guide me and instruct me and teach me on the path where I should go. And he has placed a lot of different people. Like, I believe that we're all students and teachers of one another. There's things that we will learn from people that we shouldn't, that we should learn from and say, okay, that is not going to work for me, or that will work for me, or how can I apply that in my own life in the way that it's fitting for me, and and go about it that way. And so I learned that God placed a lot of different teachers, like from different religions, to help me along this journey. And it's amazing and so beautiful to see how it's God in those very moments of aligning me to these individuals that may never know what a blessing they have been to me, because they are long gone. These are teachers from years and years and years ago, whether it be personal development teachers or monks or from different religions, like Richard Rohr, which is a priest, father, who wrote the book Immortal Diamond, which was a blessing to me, it is one of the books that I actually completed from beginning to end. And I completed in 2022. I'm all over the place, but it's okay. 2022, I read many books, but completed 5, which is huge, because I was actually starting the year with one book and said I was going to commit myself to reading the book, which I didn't finish the book because I'm still in the process of finishing it, because it's a book that you shouldn't rush through it, because it's a book that I will continue going back to for the rest of my life. And it teaches you on the importance of being present. And so I had to really, it's so meaty that I had to like really take my time in digesting it. Every chapter that I've read thus far, and chapters that I've had to go back to and read over again, because it's so impactful and so transformative. But like Richard Rohr, and so many other teachers that I can't think of right now, but I just love it. I love how, to circle back to what I was saying about guided meditation, is how I have been implementing that for a while. And there's days where I'll go without meditating, and then other days when I do. But when I do, it's so it changes so much. Of like, it gives me a new perspective, it clears my mind. And it's like, I thought meditation was about emptying your mind. You're not supposed to think about anything at all. So every time I meditated, I thought I was doing it wrong, because my mind was just, but that's how it starts. And the important thing that I learned that was so like wow was when I heard the sentence where it said in one of the books that I read that it's not about having an empty mind, but more so having a clear mind. So you're gonna have thoughts, but it's about being clear what those thoughts are. And some of those thoughts, you can just let them be just what they are and not entertain it. Like I was saying, in certain, and not beating myself for having thoughts, but also then refocusing and letting those thoughts be, but then also focusing on my breath and centering and like going back to being present. So that definitely helped me out this morning, because I woke up feeling a little anxious, worrying about this project that's due for my son tomorrow, which should have been completed weeks ago, because it was assigned a couple weeks ago, but I'm now choosing to do it. So there's areas that I'm still working on. And after meditating, it really gave me a clear perspective, where I was able to be clear-headed on what I needed to do, and learn from that moment, amongst other things that I was also worrying about. But yeah, shared a lot. And proud of me. I'm proud of you, Jen. Proud of you. Good for you. All right. January 2nd, 2023. I'm looking forward to the days to come. But most importantly, I'm grateful for this very moment. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, God. Toodles.